starting. And it started. Fantastic. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good. So, we talked a little bit before I started recording, and you said that you do like to write. What kind of stuff do you like writing?
Well, I'm a journalism major, so I like writing articles on news stories, crime. I also like to write poetry aside from that. I've always been on the creative side through school, so I like doing stuff like that too.
That's cool. I love poetry. I love writing poetry. But with journalism, do you do a lot of interviews?
Oh,
Like on the fly, you had to write stuff down and whatever.
definitely, because you never know when something's going to pop up and you have to be ready for it all the time.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's fantastic. So the one thing that what I wanted to talk to you about was these fancy dancy pens that I have. I'm addicted to using this pen. That's weird. I I love this pen. And I literally yesterday went and bought a pack of 12 of these pens because they are the main thing that I use. But they've got like a nice weight to them. They have like it's the extra fine tip. I think I actually no, it just says extra fine. I didn't know if maybe there was like a millimeter thing to it or not. But it's a rolling ball tip, so it's like really smooth. Um, is there anything that you use specifically, like pencil or pen, that you use when you write?
I usually use pen only because I like the way the ink comes out, like you said, smooth with certain types of pens. And with
Yeah,
pencil, I just hate when the lead breaks so easily. That
yeah,
bothers me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So like this is the main pen that I use for like everything. I take notes more than anything. So this is what I use for notes. Specifically, I'm in biology right now, and she goes through everything so fast that it's hard to keep up. But I kind of want you to consider this pen as something that you could probably use, especially for journalism, for writing things fast, getting things down quickly. Because this my favorite thing about it is how easy the ink flows and how light and airy it feels, airy to write. Like that's how I think of it. But my main thing about it is the fact that when you get used to writing in like pens that don't flow easily, or even pencils, you get used to writing it like really hard. You know, so like you push really hard on the paper. But it almost takes a while to get used to writing in this because of how lightly you can write, or you don't have to put hardly any pressure on it. Um, that's my favorite thing about it. Personally, I think that's the best thing about it. Um, I mean, does that when it comes to the scenario of like having to jot down a few things real fast like that, I mean, that sounds nice, don't you think? And then also, the other thing is when you said you do poetry, you do a little bit of creative writing. Do you write in a notebook, or do you have like a specific journal that you write in?
I do have a specific journal I write in.
Yeah, yeah. I I'm a journal hog. I hoard journals. But yeah, so one of my other things about this is that it has a weight to it. It's a light pen, but it also has more of a weight to it than a pencil does, and so it has that nice feel and that nice look. It's kind of hard to get it close, but like it's just this real sleek look to it, and that's one of my favorite things about it. That it feels like a fancy pen.
Mhm.
I actually own a fountain pen at home that it's I own a fountain pen at home that's really fancy, and then I have a quill. Um, I have a quill. I got it for Christmas last year, but this is the equivalent of writing with a quill. Because
Really.
it has that exact same flowiness to it. But I mean, this you hook it onto your notebook and you go. So I guess that's the difference. But like the other thing with it is, I mean, aside from a quill you can get it a little smudgy, but with this, like it writes really pretty. I was going to write something down because I think it looks good when you write. My writing's messy, but like it has that real dark, real. It can be real flowy, real easy.
Oh,
like just, I love it. I love it. But one of the other things is I buy multiple colors of it, and when I take notes, it allows me to write really small. Like this is my notebook on a normal day where I write in different colors and I write it very small. So that, for the sake of college and for the sake of taking classes, you know, something like that is really nice. Mm-hmm. So kind of thinking along lines on if you are interested in pens like these that they have that nice look, they have that nice feel, especially with writing, they're very convenient. There are kind of options for buying them because like I bought the other day, I bought my giant 12 pack of the black pens, and then there's also the multicolored pens, which you can buy a pack of them and you get blue. My purple one is at my house, but then you have pink, you have green, you have blue. And they make it nice for you know, writing in different colors or drawing or anything like that. But they're a little bit on the expensive side, and they're about $1. If you were to buy them on their own, they're about $2. When you buy them in bulk, they're about $1.50 each. So that takes about 50 cents off of each if they're together. But then again, you can either buy different colors for different purposes, and each pen, I've had, this pen is a brand new one, but I bought the one that I've been using at the beginning of the semester. So that's how much ink it has. It lasts you a while, which is lovely, and I love it. So what do you think about the pen, and how do you think that it would fit into how you write?
I think it would fit very well into how I write because I do like specific pens, and even I have specific pens I use, especially if they have that smooth texture and that bold look to it. It just makes writing more fun because you enjoy how it just comes out of the pen, you know? So I would definitely get those pens you're describing because it just, when you showed me the flow of it, it just looks so pretty. And they come in different colors, which makes it even better.
What do you think you would use more? Would you use the different color, the multicolored pens more, or the maybe the pack to be able to have as many as you need?
Honestly, I'd probably use the different colors more because I'm a color person. I like labeling things by color. I'm always color organized with my school stuff and in my planner. So I could see myself using those definitely more than the black ones.
Wonderful. That's awesome. So yeah, so I think that I have you sold. I think I have you sold on these pens. Are there anything about it that maybe you think worries you? Any objections I can kind of ease your mind on?
I don't believe so, no. You
awesome.
Good points.
You're going to go out and buy these right away, obviously. That's it. Your Precise V5. It's got a car name.
Yeah. So bad.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. I'm glad I got to talk to you. This was perfect.
Thank you.